Signal from Jack Faulkner, scores!
Happy birthday to the gaffer, Tony Mowbray.
Subscribe to Drowsy and Steve.
Alright everybody, welcome back to another match preview on the channel. This one is for Plymouth versus Sunderland on a Saturday. I'll be doing a live stream, make sure you join in. In this video we're going to be talking about injured players that we should be loaning out, and also where we should strengthen. But first things first, happy birthday to the gaffer, Tony Mowbray. His 60th birthday today. Right, before we get on with the rest of the video though, do us a massive favour. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you're brand new. The shirt giveaways quickly. The lad who won the shirt still hasn't got in touch. We've still got Sunderland shirt, the Dortmund shirt. If he doesn't get in touch, it's going to go on straight away. And also the Brazil top. Now, we set a little goal for 9k for Christmas. It all depends on how Sunderland do. If Sunderland are winning games, then we'll probably hit that target. If not, then who gives a shite, you know what I mean? Right, moving on. If you're a Plymouth supporter, go on the timestamps in the description. I've got timestamps throughout the video where we talk about Plymouth. Right, now after that absolute diabolical international break, and I'm out of the moon, it's done and dusted, like it done my head right in. We're moving on back to club football, thank God. Right now, with January sharp approaching, who do you think we should loan out? There's quite a few players in at Sunderland who, you know, could deal with first team football. So much so I want to talk about Jewison Bennett. Now, Jewison Bennett, he told Tony Mowbray that he'd rather play for the under-21s to get proper game time rather than the odd 5 or 10 minutes, which just stands to show that lad, yeah, credit to him. He wants to get fitter, get sharp, and hopefully, start pushing for that first team football. But would he be one you'd like to see get loaned out to a championship club? Let us know in the comment section below. So another player who I think every Sunderland supporter will be in agreement with us here. I think it's Heley, who should be loaned out maybe in League One. Get him used to the physicality of the English football. Obviously, you know what it was like in League One. They just kick you all over for 90 minutes. So that might help him on a little bit. We haven't played to his strengths. His strengths is in the air. And it was clear to see against, was it South Shields? When he scored that header. He scored a few headers. And he did look like an aerial threat. But like I say, he would probably suit gone out on loan. Now another person I want to talk about is Elliot Embleton. I've seen him with a Sunderland supporter on social media, on Twitter. If you haven't followed us, go and follow us below. I seen him, right? And I thought, jeez, I totally forgot he was on the books. I really did. That's how bad he's being plagued with injuries. Obviously, he went out to Derby on loan and he picked up a big injury again. I feel so sorry for the lad. I really do, especially after his goal against Wycombe Wanderers in the Wembley playoff final. I know I feel so sorry for the lad. But would you loan him out? He's getting closer and closer to coming back. Would you loan him out in January if he's able to go out on loan, that is? I'm not too sure how far he is on. But apparently, he is closer than what some think, me being one of them. So, would you like to see him going back out on loan? You know, he was doing alright for Derby. Or would you like to keep him at the club? Personally, I think if the option's available, I think he should go back out on loan. You know, it's going to be so hard getting in the midfield at the minute. Now, moving on to Jay. This is... For me, I wouldn't let Jay go out on loan. I really liked him when he was playing for Sunderland, and I thought he had bags of potential. Under Tony Mowbray, the way he works with these young players, I really did believe he would have brought the best out of Jay, and I thought, when he got his injury, I just felt sorry for him again. I was sick. In the midfield, we have got Dan Neil and Pierre Ekwa. Against Birmingham, the Porth were terrible. I'm not going to lie. The Porth had an off game, but we'll get on to that in a bit. We need strength and depth. So if either or of them get injured, Mitetia can come in because he is like a defensive midfielder. So for me, I would keep Mitetia. Now, these next two players haven't really had much first team football. Maybe in there, I think it was one of the cup games. Ellis Taylor. Listen, I like Ellis Taylor. He went out on loan last season to Hartlepool and it was absolutely disgraced by their manager, terminated the loan. But a few of their supporters says he just wasn't. It just didn't fit the club and the style of player or whatever. So you can see why he got sent back. But since he's came back, he's scoring goals for fun, and I think he does deserve some first team minutes. Now, I'm not seeing that in the Championship with us. Maybe a loan spell, get a bit of experience down in League One. Like I said, the physicality in League One is unbelievable. So, you know, it might do him the world of good going out on loan and then come back to Sunderland. But he's knocking. I would say he's close to knocking on the door. Like even to get an odd 5-10 minute spell as a substitute. You know, because he is digging really well. He's, like I say, he's scoring goals for fun. I watched his game against Peterborough. Maybe get out on loan, get some more experience, and then might try and fight for a spot. The last one I want to talk about is Matty Young. He's a goalkeeper. Some of you, granted, might not have really heard of him, but my God, he's 16-year-old and he's an absolute unit. Man City are meant to be like sniffing around him, and so for me, I didn't know. Could he even get a loan spell anywhere? Honestly, I think he could. He's an absolute tank. He's 6'3", and you would think he was 35. Never mind 16. So he's got bags of potential. Obviously, if Man U's looking at him, Man City, sorry, is looking at him, it just goes to show how good he is performing. So much so, he got an under-19s call up to England. Bearing in mind he's 16, just speaks volumes what the lad's achieving at the minute. Right, now I want to talk about where I think we should strengthen. It's not so much where I think we should strengthen in January. It's who I want to see come in. And that's one and only Amad Diallo. I just love to get him into the team. There has been quite a bit of a debate on social media, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, about if we de-sign Amad, would he get into the start 11? 100% he would get into the start 11. It's not even in question. Did you see what he done last season? It was absolute unreal. There's no question about it. He gets into that starting 11 straight away. For me, and anyways, comment below if you think otherwise. But for me, he definitely gets it. It's not even in question, man. Fucking hell. He definitely gets into that starting 11. And anyways, moving on. I'd like to see a couple of centre-backs come in. Obviously, we've got Triantis and Silt. And I love Triantis. I think he's mint. I watched him against when they played Melbourne. And they won 6-2 or 6-1. 6-2, I think it was. And they absolutely battered them. And I thought he was solid at the back. He does bring the ball out the back as well. He tends to get the ball, drive forward. And he did that against Melbourne a few times. There's quite a few of the spots would definitely need to be looking at. Like a experienced goal-scoring striker will be one top of the list for Sunderland supporters. Has been for about 4 years. Triantis and Silt, I thought, for the first 10-15 minutes, it was a bit shaky, which is expected, you know what I mean? Getting through in at deep end, especially Triantis, which I really rate Triantis. I rate him probably more than Silt, even though I thought Silt done all right. He done really well again, anyways, the time he's been called upon. And against Birmingham, they both did all right. Like, they were clearing the ball. Yes, for Birmingham's goal, you could say the positioning was all over the shop at the back. They were too far apart. But that could be put down to how bad Dan Neil and Ekwah were. My God, they probably had the worst game in a Sunderland shirt against Birmingham. The two of them together. More so Ekwah. You all know I really like Ekwah. I really rate him. But my God, he was bad against Birmingham. But for me, against Birmingham, I really want to see Triantis start again. I really do. Obviously, you know about Dan Ballard picking up an injury. And that he wasn't even in the squad the other day for the internationals. But will that mainly be fit for Plymouth on Saturday? Probably. And if he is, then he comes in with alongside Triantis for me. That's what I would love to see. I'm not bashing Luke 09, which it was his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Luke 09. I'm not bashing him, but I know how he is one of the best in the league at this minute of bringing the ball out the back. But for me, I like to see height at the back. I really do. The partnership with Ballard and Danny Bart last season was outstanding. Now, I would love to see that again. But didn't get us round when Luke 09's on form. He plays really well. He's had man of the match off me and Stephen quite a few times this season. So, looking at it, I'd still like to see Triantis come in at the back. Obviously, how quick you give me line up, Morrison. Listen, his movement, when you watch him, you can tell he's like a striker. I've said this a few other times before. And he got an assist for Job's goal, which was outstanding, little cushion header across the box, and Job put it away. I think goals will come. I've said this numerous times. I hope I didn't have to wait any longer, because I would like to strike at a score. But listen, it doesn't really matter at the minute because the rest of the lads are chipping in with goals. We have found a solution to scoring without a striker scoring. I know it's working at the minute and it might not work further on in the future, but at the minute it is gone alright. That brings us on to Jack Clarke. He has played the most amount of minutes this season for a winger, which is 4,118 minutes, believe it or not. That is a stat for you. There's only Dan Neil who's played more minutes, and that's 20 minutes more. But Clark's class, you know he is. I know like quite a few clubs, Spurs and all, now has joined the race apparently for Jack Clarke's services. For me, I put this on Twitter because I've seen a load of like other people on social media saying, how much for Jack Clarke do you reckon? How much should we take? For me, you didn't tack out. If you take Jack Clarke's goals away, we'll be in the bottom half of the table. So why would you then go and sell him to then try and replace him? And then if you do bring somebody in for what, 10, 15 million, which I didn't think that's our mould, so I didn't think we'll be digging that. Is that other the new player going to be digging what Jack Clarke's digging? Jack Clarke done it last season as well, in his first season in the Championship. Everybody was saying, oh, could that just be the first Championship? Could that just be because he's the momentum will carried on? No, because he's digging it now as well. And I think he's too valuable to replace. I said that about Ross Stewart last season as well, and I got proved a little bit wrong. But then again, we had Ahmad scoring, so it was different. It wasn't just Jack Clarke's goals. We had Ahmad chipping in with goals as well. I think he got 13 and 8 assists. So for me, it's a different kettle of fish. This Jack Clarke's the only one who's scored. So no, you didn't sell him under any circumstances for me. Like against Birmingham, I thought Patterson was quality, made some outstanding saves as well. Also, the fullbacks. My God, our fullbacks this season have been amazing. I'm talking about Huggins and Hume. Hume, it's just gone up from strength to strength. He's getting better and better. And my God, he was absolutely mint against Birmingham. The delivery Ballard puts in, it just gets into their box, and then he'll whip a curved ball across, and it's so inviting for someone to get on the end of. Huggins, though, since he's like a big injury what he had, he's obviously had to fight for his spot against Certain, because we're playing him on that side for some reason. I know against Birmingham he was on his proper position in his right back spot. And it just got to show how much improved he is from one side to the other. Even though I think he's still top drawer on the left, he was even better on the right. And I tell you what, Certain's going to struggle to get back into the starting 11 when he's fit because of what Huggins does bring to the team. And every game he's getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And I thought against Birmingham, he was arguably man of the match. You could have easily given it to him. I know the Sky gave it to Jack Clarke, which he got an assist for Shisha's goal. Outstanding again from Jack Clarke. But Huggins was solid for me. Like, comment below who you give man of the match to that game. So now the lineup, for me, it's only going to be one change really, and it's Triantis. He comes in and Ballard comes back in for Silt. That's the only changes I would make to the starting 11. But who would you bring in? Right, so now Plymouth Argyle. I've got a little soft spot for them, I'm not going to lie. I've said this before on the channel. I've watched them quite a lot last season especially. I did a video regarding them and I said that can they make the automatics? Not did they just make the automatics, they absolutely steamrolled it and they got 101 points winning the league. Now, the start of this season, they did alright. They won 2 games and they got a draw, which is not that bad. But the last 3 games, they haven't picked up a victory. They have got beat off Leeds in the last game 2-1. Drew with Middlesbrough and lost to Ipswich. Listen, Ipswich are flying. They're absolutely flying this season. Some say they might fall away, but it doesn't look like it at the minute. They've got a draw with Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough digging alright this season now after a slow start. And also Leeds. Leeds are going to be there and thereabouts. They're going to try and want to get that automatics as well. So you can forgive them 3 games. They've conceded 27 goals, but they've scored 27. That's where I think the problem lies. Going forward, they're really good in attack. Like I say, they're scoring goals for fun. But it's defensively where they're leaking goals, and that's what's costing them this season. They've had some really, really good results, I'm not going to lie. They absolutely bashed the living shite out of Norwich. 6-2. Like I say, the scoring goals isn't the problem. They beat also Blackburn Rovers 3-0 as well. That's a good result, that, at home. they're much better at home than they are away. I think the expectations for Plymouth Argyle supporters should be consolidation in the Championship. That was our priority last season, and I think that should be Plymouth Argyle's. Consolidate, make sure you're going to go down, and then move on, build from that next season. They're currently in 16th, so you know anything from there and upwards would be, me personally, will be a successful season. Obviously, comment below if you're a Plymouth Argyle supporter watching, let us know. Right, the goal threats we have to keep an eye on is one being Morgan Whittaker. We all remember him. I think we were linked to him. When Swansea recalled him. That he had a loan spell with Plymouth Argyle in League One and he done outstanding. He's got 7 goals, 3 assists up to now. So we'll have to watch him on the pitch because he, like I say, he knows where the back of the net is. Another player who has been outstanding for Plymouth is Ryan Hardy. Now, he has got 6 goals, 3 assists, only 1 goal behind Whittaker. But the season before, he got 13 goals. And I think it was 4 assists, I'm not sure. The season before that, he got 16 goals. Like I say, he knows where the back of the net is as well, obviously. He was a pivotal player in them last season, getting promotion. He got 13 goals for them. And he scored, like I say, 6 goals this season, which is really good. We're going to have to keep an eye on him. Next player I'd like to talk about, a little bit of a bittersweet one, is Barley Mumba. Now, listen, not one Sunderland supporter wanted him to leave. Our terrible owners at the time wanted to cash in. They were selling all of our really good assets, young, talented players, ones for the future, and they were selling a lot of them. And he had a good spell for Norwich. And when he went to Plymouth last season, he was all right as well. Now, he's got 2 goals, 2 assists for them. And obviously, we're not how much of a threat he can be. He's got plenty of experience under his belt now since leaving Sunderland. We'll have to keep an eye on him, simple as that. Another player who was vital in Plymouth's promotion last season was Fane Azaz. Apologies if I've pronounced that wrong. He got 3 goals, 3 assists this season, and he's got 8 goals, 8 assists last season. Like I say, that was in the promotion push. But 3 goals, 3 assists from the midfield. That's a good return. Kundal also, he got 3 goals, 3 assists. But another one I'd like to mention is the goalkeeper, Cooper. Last season, he was a big part of them getting promoted. And this season, he wasn't the first choice. I think it was the new signing as Hazard. I'm going to say Hazard. I'm sorry if I've said that wrong. He started. I don't know if he picked up an injury and Cooper come back in, but Cooper's been there, more or less ever since. And he's a really good goalkeeper, basically. Right, so score prediction. With me going first, I'll get to pick first. I'm going Plymouth Argyle 1, Sunderland 3. Listen, I think 3-1 Sunderland's go-to scoreline at the minute. We've got it quite a few times this season now. So the lad who won the Droppin Top, can you get in touch, mate? Either Instagram or Twitter. And we've still got the Sunderland shirt to give away. I didn't know what we're going to do yet. Well, we're going to give it away to a subscriber though, definitely, because I put it on Twitter and a lot of people subscribed on that day because of this giveaway. So cheers to you lot. You will be in the hat for the shirt. And also the Brazil top, maybe 9k. We'll give the 2 of them away. Right. Join me on Saturday for Plymouth versus Sunderland. I might be by myself on this one. I'm not sure yet. But I think I will be. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. See you in a bit.